Greg Ehrenberg here with another NFL preseason prize picks video from Awesemo.com. If you guys are new to prize picks, head on over to the site. Use the promo code Awesemo. Get up to a $100 bonus on your first deposit. For today, looking at some of the Saturday night football games, a few running backs that I'm pretty bullish on. I think have a pretty good chance to hit the Rovers. The first player I'm looking at for Saturday night's games is Xavier Jones, currently listed as the second running back on the Rams depth chart. Now, we all know what happened with the Rams, the running back situation in the offseason. Cam Akers, torn Achilles, he's out for the season. Darrell Henderson is expected to get most of the reps at running back this year, but at least for tonight, he's not expected to play. So with that in mind, we have to look deeper on the depth chart, try to find out where the Rams are going to go. And one guy that does stand out is Xavier Jones. Currently in our projections, we expect him to get the bulk of the carries. He's also one of the highest projected players we have in total for Saturday night slate. Xavier Jones, fairly low point total here. He's only projected for 5.4 fantasy points over at PrizePicks. We have him scoring about double that tonight, so over on Xavier Jones. Next player I'm looking at here is Rico Dowd to go over 6.1 PrizePicks fantasy points. Now, if you look at the Cowboys depth chart, they have veterans on there like Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard. It's unlikely guys like that really get a lot of run in preseason football. So that's where we start to look at somebody like Rico Dowd to really start to pick up some more of the snaps and the touches for today's game. We have him projected to be one of the highest scoring players overall. Also, actually, most of the players I'm talking about today in our projections, we have them scoring as being one of the better fantasy producers today. Those are the reasons I'm recommending these guys. But Rico Dowd, we have projected for 13.3 fantasy points. So keeping that in mind, and with him likely getting the bulk of the carries for the Cowboys, without Ezekiel Elliott or Tony Pollard getting much action, that's where Rico Dowd really comes into play. One of the best fantasy options overall tonight. The final player I'm looking at, yet again, another running back, another over. That is over 6.8 fantasy points for Trey Rhodes. Of the guys I've mentioned, he's actually my favorite pick of the group. If you look at the projections we have over at Awesemo.com for preseason action, we currently have Trey Rhodes projected to score a little over 14 fantasy points. And the big reason, like a lot of these guys here that I've mentioned, the running back position, the guys in front of him on the depth chart, veterans that were either not expected to play or expected to play limited snaps in the preseason. Josh Jacobs, no reason to give him heavy run in preseason. Kenyon Drake, same story. Jalen Richard, he's dealing with an injury, seems unlikely to play tonight. So with all of that in mind, this is where Trey Rhodes likely is going to step in, take the bulk of the snaps, and get most of the action running back for the Raiders. So to recap, the three players that I'm looking at over at PrizePicks, all running backs, all overs. Xavier Jones over 5.4 fantasy points. Rico Dowd over 6.1 fantasy points. And Trey Rhodes for over 6.8 fantasy points. Like all these guys, for pretty much a lot of the same logic. Young running backs likely to be getting heavier action in the preseason. And if you guys want action on these plays, head on over to PrizePicks.com. Use the promo code Awesemo. Get up to a $100 bonus on your first deposit.